Hello, and welcome to another episode of Boxing TV. We bring the fighters to the fans. Coming up on today's show, bare knuckle boxing legend Jimmy Sweeney. Stay tuned. The king of bare knuckle boxing, the Celtic warrior, Mr. Jimmy Sweeney. Jimmy, how you doing? You well?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, very, very well. Very, very well. Thanks for asking.
Thanks for having me on. Thanks for having me on, man.
Pleasure is absolutely all mine. So, for the people who don't know you, I'm sure a lot of people do, but you really are the king of bare knuckle boxing. You are 26-2 as a professional bare knuckle boxer, which is just crazy in itself. The fact you've had 28 fights.
Mad number.
Yeah, 28 fights.
I still look all right. I still look no broken nose. Hands are still good. So
I will
I must
say,
be doing all right.
I laughed at a social media post you put on the other day. Said you must be the only person who's had 28 fights bare knuckle and got better looking. I think I agree with you, but I'm not coming on to you though.
No. The girlfriend said the other day, I have a couple of like everyone has bad photos, and
Yeah.
but someone put up a photo. I think Jim Freeman put up a photo the other day of me. The first poster I ever did to the other day, and I was like, what was I doing? Not having a beard or
Yeah, no,
just
I agree with you there, mate.
bad.
I do. So let's start right from the beginnings. We like to get, learn, where this all came from. So what got you into boxing then?
Yeah. I'm an Irish traveller, and my family are boxing is a massive part of my life. It's my family's life. My dad boxed before me, and my brothers boxed before me. So it's always in the family. So it's a family thing. So I've been boxing since I first entered the boxing gym at 7. First fight at 12. I went on to win English titles as a schoolboy, Irish titles. I've fought for Ireland. I've fought and beat the likes of Andy Lee, Spike O'Sullivan. I was a decent amateur lad, and fortunately for me, when I was going pro, I got into a little bit of trouble, and I went to prison for a while, and uh, then by the time I came out, I kind of fell out of love with the sport because I've been away for a while, and then I started bare knuckle, and the bare knuckle came about because I had a fight with my cousin. Scheduled a fight with my cousin to settle a bit of a dispute, and I got on to Jim Freeman to have a go at the bare knuckle over here because I didn't have a bare knuckle fight even though I was a traveller. Just get juice fit, and had two in one night, and fell in love with it.
Brilliant. So you started because you were going to fight your cousin?
Yeah, family thing, and that's unfortunately for travellers. That's how it is. It's you don't really. It's really like you solve problems with speaking each other.
Yeah.
It's just normally you solve it punching the heads of each other. But
I love it, mate.
Fortunately,
I've always thought this. If I had a problem with someone, I love it, and I think that
but
I do.
the thing with Travis, unfortunately, the thing with Travis is not nowadays. It's not a case of two people fighting and that settles feuds. It normally escalates into a lot more
Yeah.
than what it was, and unfortunately now there's firearms and knives and stuff like that being
Yeah.
used. And like back in the old days of the Travelers, it was just the two best fighters of the family. They'd go out and
Yeah.
they'd have a fight, and whoever won, that was it. They'd shake hands and they'd go to the pub and they'd drink.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fortunately, it's not the case. These days, it's very rare that you get that these days.
Yeah. I see what you mean. So apart from the obvious, one's a gloved, one's not. What would you say is the kind of the biggest difference between fighting bare knuckle and fighting gloved?
It's just the ways you approach the fight. Like it's like a lot of pro fighters they don't do very well in our game. You know what I mean? Because they get a big shock, and like you can't go into bare knuckle and treat it as a glove fight because you can't get away with the same things. You could like I've beat world title challengers in bare knuckle that I probably wouldn't beat them in glove fighting because it's a different thing altogether. It's a different way of fighting. You have to be more cautious. You can't take punches, and you just it's just a different. Even though it's boxing, it's like it's a completely different sport. You know what I mean?
I can imagine. I'm sure it takes its toll on the likes of your hands and wrists and
Nah,
knuckles.
do you know what? I've been fortunate enough. I've 28 fights, but I've been fortunate enough. I know because I'm a traveler. It's kind of like I had a few little fights here and there, kind of
Yeah.
there. Not really loads, but I know I know how to punch right in the bare knuckle game. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I haven't really done much damage. Like 28 fights, and my hands are absolutely sound. You know what I mean? But that's
Yeah, not good. So 28 fights in now. What's been kind of your toughest fight so far?
yeah. The toughest, probably the most enjoyable fight I've had so far. Well, I've had a couple of fights there, like a couple of losses I had where that was probably my own fault, and I'll go on to explain that in a bit. But the toughest and most enjoyable fight, because when I was in shape, was the Poeta fight. I've come into that because I've come into that 9 weeks out, and our fight our fight was scheduled to be at 72 kilos, and I come into that camp, I think, 94 kilos 9 weeks out. So 22 kilos I had to lose for that fight.
Really?
Um, yeah, 22 kilos for that fight. So I nearly about 4 stone or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
about 4 stone. You know what I mean? So I was a bad way, man. I was a
Yeah.
bad way. Yeah, lost that weight. Struggled, but I was in saunas and all that, and yeah, just from that, and I think the third round, the first couple of rounds was boxed very well, but I came into it with a daft mind frame and thinking bigger man than him, and I'm going to come in and just blow him away in a couple of rounds. So I
Okay.
did that in the first couple of rounds, and the start of the second, he come this right hand, and you know what? It was the best shot I was ever caught. Like he hit me that clean, I didn't even feel it. As soon as he hit me, all I
Oh,
could think
really?
of was like, yeah, man, I didn't even feel it. Like it's people say when they get punched, oh, hard punch. I couldn't tell you if it was a hard punch, mate. I couldn't feel it. I don't even remember getting hit. All I remember was being at home with my girlfriend watching a movie, and I just said to her, "This is a movie." And then I just kind of shook my head and realized boxing ring. So
Oh,
yeah,
really? So you like
yeah,
visualized you were on the sofa?
I was at home. I was at home on the couch with my girlfriend watching a movie, and I said to her, "This is a movie." And then I went like that, and everything just started coming back. And I looked up and I seen this mad Mexican looking at me. I said, "Oh,
No.
I'm dead." Yeah, so I got back up, beat the count, and I dropped him twice in that round. And then my whole mentality from going from I'm a bigger fighter, I'm gonna knock him out to
Yeah.
I'm a boxer. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to box. So
Uh-huh.
I got on the back foot and I boxed for the rest of the fight, and I won a.
So your last fight, then, so you fought Ricardo Franco, didn't you? And
Yeah,
unfortunately,
yeah,
and quite,
yeah,
I know it's getting to you quite a lot, but you lost that fight. Can you talk us through that fight?
yeah. That was another case of me being a fat. I come down like I was struggling with the weight kind of, and the morning of the fight I was like I'm making excuses or anything like that. I got big up beat, but I was 4 kilos overweight that morning, so I sat in the sauna for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. You know what I mean? And that absolutely killed me. But oh, sorry, I was 2 kilos over. But then when I was in the sauna for that long, I lost 4 kilos, so I come in nearly 2 kilos under. So, but yeah,
Wow.
that absolutely destroyed me. And I got into that fight. I remember being in the change room with Michael Kennelly, my corner man, and I'm doing pads, and I hit the pads with 1-2 left two, and I just said to him, mate, I said there's something wrong with me, and I just sat down, and the next minute, just like the sweat just came just pouring out. I
Really?
knew before,
Ooh.
yeah, man, I knew before. I just said to me, there's something wrong with me. I knew before getting into that I was going to struggle and struggle bad. I was that dehydrated. There was no color in me. I was all grey, and I just wasn't healthy looking at all.
Yeah.
Most fighters like they take fight's bad, and some fighters go, oh, well, move on to that. I'm
Yeah.
one of them people, man. I take it bad. If I lose, I'll cry like a baby. Like I'm one of them that this will kill me until I get the rematch and get my revenge. This is killing me. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we're 5 weeks out from it now, and I can't wait. And you know what? It's probably going to be the best fight in BKB history. Well, I hope it's not, because I hope I just knock him clean out. But
yeah,
I think it's going to be a tough fight, and he's probably one of the fittest lads in the BKB at the moment. The man's doing triathlons and whatnot, and I mean he never sleeps. He just trains. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or as I come in like. I've come down to this camp already at 90 kilos. I'm 82 now, so
okay.
These you know what I love? I love beating these athletes. You know what I mean? I'm 36 now, old fat bald Irish guy that likes a few beers. I'm still beating these kids. You know what I mean? So I can't wait for that.
I'm brilliant. And what have you got to say to your fans out there?
I just want to I just want to say to the fans, just thank you to everyone who just bought tickets, and I know I was supposed to fight Tyler Goodjohn a couple of months ago, and you know what I mean. I've got no hassle with my fans that's bought tickets. They've never said, we bought them for you and Tyler. We want to get a refund on that. You know what I mean? My fans bought the tickets, and they've all been on my side and give me nothing but encouragement and support throughout this pandemic and for my fight. So a massive thank you to them for all the support you've given me in the last 5 years. It's much appreciated.
Awesome. Jimmy, I just want to say a big, massive thank you for coming on the show.
No problem.
I wish both of you all the luck and health in your fight, and good luck, mate. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me, mate. Thank you.